Jim, very good speech, as always. You're obviously very accomplished. Shame the Sean Beach out.
Whatever.
I know. The one thing I want to start off with, I know normally we talk about, hey, here's a good thing, here's a bad thing, here's something to improve on, but one of the things, unfortunately, is the negative that I really need to stress right off the bat, is the speech that you chose for the agenda. You chose persuasion, persuade with power, speech number 9, which is only 5 to 7 minutes, but you're planning to do a 10 to 12 minute speech. When you go to put yourself on the agenda, there's a bunch of speeches in there, some of them are longer. Even if it was from an advanced communicator book, if you found one that was 10 to 12 minutes, choose that. So when we look at the agenda, we'll know not just, okay, how many minutes do we need for the speech, but hey, are we going to be pressed for time, sort of thing. Beyond that, you did try and maximize your time by speaking very fast, which is a problem I have. You are also a very energetic speaker, so that happens quite a bit. Along those lines, you also have something which can be funny, it can also be a bit of a distraction, is you do what I refer to as breaking the fourth wall. So if anybody's familiar with cartoons or animation or movies where people talk to the audience or talk to themselves as if they weren't that character, you sort of talk to yourself every once in a while, which it can be endearing, it can also be a distraction. You had a very good message though. You had a very good message overall, which was, what are we going to do about our careers? The title of your speech, Birth, Life, Death of a Job, which really should have been Birth, Life, Death of a Career. But it was something that we all have to deal with, even those of us who are lucky enough to die in their careers, hopefully a long time from now. I think, though, you could have stressed a little bit more when you went from job to job, that it almost seemed like every time you change, or almost every time you change, there was a negative aspect to it. But if you're wanting to talk to these college students, and I know you talk to a lot of college students many different times, we're all looking for hope, or they're all looking for hope. I should say also, 40-somethings, we're all looking for hope. Those of you who are Verizon employees, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
In some ways, though, A, we were pressed for time, B, you're having to talk fast, or you talk fast. I think you could have done a little bit better job in compressing some of your information. You told us a lot of information about how to program for an F-18, right? Did we really need to know that? No, not really, but it was cool. It's really interesting to think about. The one thing, though, I think that wrapped it up really well, and we see this in some speeches, was at the beginning, you slipped in this fingers crossed thing, which wasn't necessarily the topic of your speech, but it was something that it's like, yeah, we've all been there. But then you brought it back at the end. You were a bit rushed at the end, but you brought it back at the end. I thought, wow, we have come full circle in this speech. I didn't realize it till we got to the end, and he did this fingers crossed. He's now in his VP job. And I thought, wow, what a great finish. So kudos to you. Keep up the good work, and let's see you again.
Excellent.